Okay, Disney, Walt Disney, a very young Walt Disney, was influenced, I think, most, in Kansas City by the movie theaters. In other words, Walt's main operation here was an operation called the Laugh-O-Gram Studio. Even though he had worked at Pesman Rubin Agency, he had worked at a little bitty company called iWorks Disney with his buddy iWorks. But, he was involved in doing, originally what they call slide ads. And he also worked at the Kansas City Slide Company. And he and the other animators would literally draw the slides that were shown in front of movies. Before we had digital advertisements or movie previews, they used to have local advertisers put a slide up on the screen. And he worked at the Kansas City Film Ad Company, and also known as the Kansas City Slide Company. And so then when he started the Laugh-O-Gram Studio, it was his idea to create a short cartoon that would play in front of the features at the Newman Theater in Kansas City. And so he made a deal with the Newman Theater downtown, and he would draw cartoons that would play in front of the Newman the movies. And they would be mostly black and white films. And they were somewhat topical of Kansas City. In other words, they would show the police and maybe police corruption, or they'd show problems at City Hall, and they'd make fun of sort of local subjects. But they played there. And so when he came up with the idea for the Laugh-O-Gram cartoon, he recruited his very talented business partner, iWorks, and he and had seen a little girl in a bread ad. There was a bread company, I believe it was the Wholesome Bread Company, and her name was Virginia Davis. And Virginia was 4 or 5 years old. And so they came up with a way to put a live girl in a cartoon world and try to play that at the Newman Theater. And it was called Newman's Laugh-O-Gram.